back with snacks and naps. Sunrise filling through the glass. Rico got the wheel, Tanya got the laughs. 3 grandkids singing in the back. Rolling with the questions, Kaden with the beat. Amari keeps the rhythm with the dancing feet. Dakota's by the window, Mimi's curled up tight. And put out a K, B, drizzle drippers living that good life. Oh, RV rolling, heart wide open. Miles to go and the day is golden. Hand in hand, we're already smiling. Right along, we're road tripping in style. RV rolling, so feeling lighter. Family loud and the love keeps shining. No need to rush, we're already flying. Right along, we're road tripping in style. Next stop, maybe mountains, maybe desert sky, maybe roadside diners with the cherry pie. Little voices bouncing off the dashboard light. Every wrong turn turning out just right. Rico tells a story, Tanya starts the jam. Grandkids make a chorus out of every chance they can. Clouds in the backseat, tails all in motion. This a rolling home, got a whole lot of ocean. RV rolling, heart wide open. Miles to go and the day is golden. Hand in hand.
What's good, YouTube family? Welcome to another episode of RV Road Tripping with Rico and Tanya. I'm Rico. Tanya's a little bit backed up today. She's working, so I'm going to be doing a little solo video here. And you know, today's topic is a little bit different. So I want to discuss something that's actually pretty personal to me. It is, by the title, I guess you can kind of guess what the topic is, but there's a question. And the question is it possible for people with disabilities to go RV camping? And the short answer is yes, you can. Now, as discussed in a previous video, 2 years ago, or just under 2 years ago, I was stricken suddenly with a condition called Guillain-Barré syndrome, or GBS. And what that is a condition that your immune system attacks the coating of your nerves. So think of your nerves as an electrical cable, and it's got the plastic coating on the outside to protect the wires inside. My autoimmune system overreacted and attacked my nerves and kind of ate up the coating that protects my nerves. And what happens is it causes great fatigue, it causes muscle weakness, it can be debilitating. So in fact, in my case, it was really re-diagnosed as a condition called CIDP. And that's a more extreme version of Guillain-Barré syndrome that happened suddenly. You know, on a Wednesday, I was at work and I felt fine, and by Thursday, the next day, I started having some balance issues and I felt a little bit discombobulated, almost like I had vertigo. I was kind of unsure on my feet, so I called off that day. Long story short, went to the doctor Friday. By Saturday, I was admitted into the hospital. My wife took me to the hospital, and I can't make this up. By Sunday, I was starting to have paralysis in my lower extremities. So we were told that it was going to get worse before it gets better. And in my case, within 5 to 7 days, I was completely paralyzed from the neck down. And in some cases, like my case, it can affect your respiratory system to the point where I was put on a ventilator and spent about 4 months in the ICU on a feeding tube with a ventilator, because it affects your lungs, your swallowing, your eyes. I had to have my eyes taped shut at night so I could sleep. But in short, I was completely paralyzed for 7 months. And after 7 months, I was regaining some movement. So it takes months, even years, for the body to repair the damaged nerves. And in some cases, depending on how extreme your age, they think has a lot to do with it. You may get some mobility back. In some cases, some extreme cases, some people get no mobility back. In fact, I've got a friend of mine that I found out that has the same condition. His diagnosis was a year before mine, and he is in a nursing assisted living facility, and he's my age, 55. And this can happen to anybody at any age. It's more common when you're over 40, I think 40 to 60. They don't know how it happens or what causes it, but it happened. Now, that being said, while I was in the hospital, and we'll get to my tips and pointers in a minute, but I wanted to share my backstory because you'll see in some of the videos, like right now, I'm sitting in a wheelchair. I can walk. I in fact did gain some of my mobility back. It took about 18 months. In fact, I took my first steps back in October of 2025. So I came home in March of 25 from the hospital in 2 months of therapy. And I had inpatient, in-home therapy twice a week, and a nurse come to the house to try to get me going. So from March to October, I worked really hard to gain some strength. Obviously, that many months in a hospital, you lose a lot of muscle mass, you have atrophy, you lose a lot of flexibility, your joints start to stiffen up. My hands and fingers, they become bent, and you just learn to work with what you got.
I'm walking.
So I'm making this video because one of the key things that kept me going while I was in the hospital was long before I started the YouTube channel, which I just started this 2 months ago. So go back 2 years. While I'm laying in the hospital every day, I got tired of watching the same TV shows, the same reruns. I actually discovered several YouTube content creators that made videos about RV and an RV lifestyle. One of my favorites was the Adventure Bandits. I followed those guys, and I followed, quite a few, Rolling with the Revs, just quite a few that really got me through being in the hospital. Even though I couldn't camp, I couldn't get in my RV, I kind of lived through them. And I just couldn't wait, and I prayed and thought, man, I'd love one day to get back to RV camping. Well, just before Christmas, my grandkids visited me, and I was still in my wheelchair. I was still unable to really walk, and I was unsure if I was going to ever get back to walking and enjoying life and going back to work and doing all the things I love. But I did make them a promise. I said, hey, I guarantee you that we will get back to camping. We'll get back to doing what we enjoy. And, by the grace of God, things really worked out for me through prayer, through hard work, through having some great nurses, some great therapy, and most importantly, aside from prayer, my wife. My wife was awesome, right there by my side, pushing me 7 days a week to get up and keep moving. And like I said, I took my first steps last October, and I've just been working hard at it every single day. I went back to work full time this past January of 2026. And like I said, I'm walking. Now, I can't walk 2 or 3 miles without getting really tired. That's one of the side effects of CIDP and Guillain-Barré syndrome. But I manage. I'm back to about 75 to 80% of the things that I used to do. Now, going back to the original question, can you RV camp with severe mobility issues or disabilities? Yes. And here are some things that I do that has gotten me back to the RV lifestyle. I'm going to share some tips. Now, the first thing I want to say is first, let me state many RV manufacturers can customize your RV to adapt to your needs with wider doors, lower countertops, accessible bedrooms, or roll-in shower stalls. Now, special lifts can help you enter and exit the coach, and handrails wherever needed make life a little bit easier as well. But if you currently do not own an RV, there are dealers that will rent you an RV. And in some cases, they've got accessible ready RVs ready for you to rent. You can Google that, in the area that you live locally, and hopefully someone can point you in the right direction. Here's some things that I do. I'm gonna share 10 tips that I do that makes RV camping with a disability doable. Tip number 1 is make sure you get plenty of rest. That is the big thing. Don't overdo it. So typically, let's just say for hypothetical, we're gonna do a weekend getaway, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4-day, long weekend. Usually I'm getting my rest by Wednesday, Thursday. I'm coming home from work. I'm kind of sitting around, laying around, not doing a whole lot. I'll get all that other stuff out the way Monday and Tuesday, cutting the grass or working in the lawn or doing whatever. But a couple of days before we go, I try to get off my feet and relax so that I've got the energy to do the activities that I know my 3 grandkids are going to want to do. So rest when you're at the campground. Again, don't overdo it. Make sure you take your breaks. Make sure you take something comfortable to sit on, like your cushions for your, like your wheelchair, your special cushion. And rest when you come home from camping. Take a day and kick back. So that's a necessity. Prepare your body to handle all the energy needed to do all the activities such as sightseeing, swimming, sitting around the campfire, doing short hikes, whatever. The second thing is, bring your accessible gear, such as special cushions, like I talked about, for long-term seating comfort, to protect you for, sores or just being in pain. I know me, after being in a hospital bed for almost a year and losing a lot of weight, losing a lot of muscle, it was really hard on my butt to sit on regular chairs. So take your cushions, take your bed liners, and anything that you put on your toppers, on your mattress, so that you're comfortable. Also, as far as accessible accessories, take like your booster seats for the toilet. In some cases at certain campgrounds, they're just going to be a regular toilet. Like myself, it's easier if I'm sitting at a higher rate. If you have an inflatable body, like wash basin, they sell those on Amazon in case you can't get into a shower in your RV, or if at the campground their shower stall or facility is not accessible for you, you can take a wash basin that's inflatable, something that's easy and lightweight. You might also want to take some body wipes. That's another thing if you're taking a short trip, if you just want to clean up without the use of a shower or water. That's an important thing that you can take. In my earlier days, I was taking a urine bottle with me that when I was asleep in bed, so I was having trouble quickly getting up, and it took me a couple of minutes because my joints hurt really bad, to get up and walk to the bathroom in the darkness in my RV. So I would take a urinal with a cap that you can use right there at your bedside and set off to a little end table or maybe on the floor. Again, make sure it's got a cap that seals it. I know that's helpful. Another thing that you can think of is like a closed system catheter, something that you can just relieve yourself, whether you're in bed or out doing a hike and you can't get to a restroom. That's something that make it a little easier for you. A portable aluminum lamp is another good idea. If something aluminum, something lightweight, in case you have a couple of steps to get into, say, a cabin, or to get into one of the facilities. If there's a step there that and you're using a wheelchair that you can't get up on, that might be something that you may want to pack along with you. Let's see what else we got on here. I got my little list right here in front of me. Maybe a walker or a rollinator will come in handy for exploring. It's also smart to take a rechargeable power station or a generator for your CPAP, or if you have an oxygen machine. If the park does not have electric, those things will come in handy if they've got electric, or you can plug in. Another thing that's awesome is there's even mobility limited chairs, or accessible chairs, so to say. One brand in particular, and I'm not sponsored by them or promoting them, I just searched it myself because my old camping chairs weren't very comfortable for me as far as helping me get up and sit down, is the Strong Back Elite camping chairs found on Amazon. Again, there's other brands. It's just one in particular that I found. What makes them different is that they're a little bit higher, a little bit wider, and the armrests are strong and they're higher so that you can push off and help yourself get up without the chair tilting over. So a little bit wider stands on the chair as well. So check those out. Again, I'm just trying to give you some things that I use to make things easier for me. Number 3 is this year we've decided to take shorter destinations, shorter trips. As far as drive time, we cut our trips down to 3 hours or less. We used to go to, from Cincinnati, our home base, we used to go to Alabama and Michigan and Tennessee. And we kind of cut things back really for 2 reasons. I didn't feel I was ready to do 5, 6, 7 hour trips just yet, being my first year back. And 2, the $4 gas. We have a big 38-foot Class A gas that gets 6.5 miles per gallon. So we made the educated decision to take short trips for that reason. The next thing is number 4. Another thing that's been handy to try is, and this has been a game changer for me personally, is rent a golf cart or one of those mobility scooters. And many of the campgrounds you'll see, they've got golf cart for rent per day. Generally, they're about $50 to $60 a day. Rented my first one this year at Mount Gilead, KOA, and man, it really took the fear out of what I was feeling. I thought, man, I'm gonna go, my grandkids are gonna wanna go swimming and ripping and running, and we're doing this for our grandkids. So I don't wanna take them and then wind up, just kind of sitting in the RV all day because I'm too tired to do anything. So for $60 a day, to me, it was a no-brainer. We got to do all kinds of stuff. We hit the pool, we hit the restaurant. My wife and I went over to the bar, had some drinks. We went to the dog park. We got on there was a trail that you could ride the golf cart on. We did it all. I didn't feel like we left anything out. In fact, we did things multiple times all weekend. That will change your life. If you don't have one of those mobility scooters personally that you can put on the back of your RV with a hitch, they sell, you can buy the little mobility scooter carriers. They're about $150, $200. They're not very expensive. You can even find them on Marketplace. And pop that on the back of your RV or your SUV or your truck and put your scooter on there and off you go. Some places even rent them locally. So if you want to rent one for a couple of days, if you don't want to buy. So check that out. That's another great tip that made my life a little easier. Number 5, and I'm reading my cue cards again. Like I said, guys, I've got my little laptop here that I can't remember all the stuff. Number 5, try to reserve accessible campground sites. This is another huge one. This takes a little bit of planning. You got to be early. I tend now to try and line up in February and March, right before the season really kicks off here in Cincinnati. I try to start lining up 4 or 5 trips right out the gate. Let me get them reserved. Many of these places, you can get a refund if you cancel, as long as you cancel by a certain time. So I just book it up. That way I can kind of choose my sites. What's nice is a lot of these places have, they have a map. If you go to their website, kind of a interactive map where you can go and you can see the sites and say, okay, this is where I want to be. And if you call them and say, hey, do you have accessible sites? That's got, many of them have paved walkways, paved driveways. They've got, like I said, accessible bathrooms, picnic tables. We recently went to Mount Gilead KOA, and what was awesome, they had a huge swimming pool, and what made it nice is they had a ramp, a long ramp that you go right from the patio gradually right down into the pool, which was awesome for me because I can't do steps, a lot of steps. I can do a few, but not a lot of steps, and I definitely can't do a pool ladder. So again, those are things that you want to look for. Maybe call ahead and maybe ask if they've got those type of amenities and features specifically for people with mobility issues. Now, unfortunately, just like on a cruise ship and many other disabled things, you've got to book it. You've got to rush and lock those sites down. Like on a cruise, a lot of people will book the accessible cabin because, why? They're bigger, they're more comfortable, they've got a lot more features. So, little pro tip, if you're not disabled, please don't book those stuff because we need it, all right? So, moving on to number 6. I will try to book our site in a common area. Now, what do I mean by common area? That means I want to be close to the playground, the camp store, the pool, the dog park, where they're happening, where things are. So I'm not tucked, 2 miles in the back of the park, struggling to work my way to those different amenities. So again, we camp with our grandkids most time. It's all about them. So if I can help it, I'll try to look at the map before we go of the campground, find out where I can be in conjunction with those places and see if I can book close to them. So that's another thing you might want to do. Number 7, a shower chair. Now they make portable ones, which are a little more narrow than your typical, looks like a 2-person down to a 1-person. Those come in very handy. I myself cannot stand up in a shower. I can, I just don't, because I don't trust being on a slick floor just yet. So it comes in handy to safely sit down and shower. In some cases, they may even fit in a little bit larger RV bathroom. I know in our shower, it does. We have a separate shower stall from the bathroom where it does fit. And it also comes in handy if you go to a campground that does not have a bench inside of the shower stall. So again, that's another thing that you may want to look at. Number 8, plan ahead. And what I mean by that, pre my condition, I would work all week and pack the RV Thursday night or Friday morning and hit the road and, take 2-3 hours doing all that. Now, I work smarter because I conserve my energy. I want to start Monday and Tuesday. I'll start putting whatever we need in the RV and packing everything away, the charcoal, and we get the food in there by Wednesday. We've got an RV that's plugged in to our garage out here, so we can have the refrigerator running days in advance, go out and put our food in the freezer and everything's ready to go. What's nice about that is, say we're leaving on Friday, I get up, brush my teeth, jump in the RV, I'm gone, I'm on the road. All I have to do is worry about driving. So plan ahead and don't try to rush and do too much the day of your driving, because if you do, you gotta still get there, you gotta set everything up, put the slides out, put the jacks down, unpack the tables and all the chairs, and by then you're done. You're tired. You're ready to sit down and do nothing. So plan ahead. Number 7 is number 9. Last is, I make sure now when I go camping, the last one is, I don't camp alone anymore. And what I mean by that, pre my condition, we take 6, 7, 8 trips a year, and at least 2 of them every year, the start of the year and usually the last trip of the year. I'd enjoy going somewhere by myself. Generally in the fall, football's on, I'd sit out there and catch the high school game on YouTube. Saturday, watch me some college football. Sunday, watch some NFL games, and just have me a good old time sitting out there having my favorite beverage and chilling by myself and just relaxing and clearing my mind. I'm not going to do that just yet. Probably not this year and probably not next year until I get a little stronger and I feel more secure with being out there alone. I'm not saying you can't do it. Many people can do it. I'm not there yet. So I am going to take family and take friends. What's nice, I've got 3 grandkids, 9, 11, and 13. There's some big, strong boys. I'm going to use that muscle to help me get everything loaded and get the RV set. I've already started training them how to prep the ground. So once I get the jacks down, the slides out, they kick in. They put my chairs out, they put my grill out, they put my grill table out, my firewood, all that. So use that help. If you've got friends that you want to do this with or family, use that help. Again, not saying you can't, it's just something that I have to do because I'm not there yet. And last but not least, I want to say having a limited mobility or disability does not need to stop you from enjoying the great outdoors. Like, camping is my passion. And even though I've got a limited, mobility or disability or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't and will not stop me. And it doesn't have to be difficult. Be sure to plan ahead and invest in what you need to make the experience easy. Now, with a bit of planning and the right special need camping gear, you can get out there and you can enjoy the great outdoors. And what's nice about that is you do not have to spend your life sitting on the sidelines. I'm back to doing what I love. Now, signing off, I want to make this point. I didn't make this video. I know everybody's on YouTube and it's all about clicks and becoming monetized and blowing your channel up so you can make money. That is not why I started this video. That's not why I started this channel. And it's the honest to God truth. I started this channel because of what I got from other content creators that are like-minded. I enjoy watching them. And I thought, man, I would love, all the things that I like to do and the stories I've got to tell, I would love to share that with the world. So my hope for this video in particular is that it actually is informative. It actually encourages somebody. I don't care if it's one person. I hope this video reaches millions of people. But if one person watching this video says, man, Rico, I'm disabled, or my dad's disabled, my brother's disabled, and watching your video now, he is encouraged to rent an RV or let's go camping and get up and start doing it. Man, I'm telling you, that is what it's all about for me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I would love for you guys to support my brand new channel. This channel is about a month and a half old. We've got all of 6 videos out there. We'll be probably putting content out every single week, but for right now, it's not even about that. If you choose to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, man, that's awesome. We're going to read every single one of them. We're going to respond to every single one of them. Every single one of them. So guys, please help my little small channel. But more importantly, I hope you got something out of this video. Until we meet again, guys, like I said, next week, Tanya will be back. We'll probably be on the road somewhere. We'll take you guys along the way, all right? And I hope you're there to watch. In the meantime, guys, take care of each other. And thank you for watching RV Road Tripping with Rico and Tanya. Bye.
We packed the bag with snacks and naps. Sunrise filling through the glass. Rico got the wheel, Tanya got the laughs. 3 grandkids singing in the back. Rolling with the questions, Caden with the beat. Amari keeps the rhythm with the dancing feet. Dakota's by the window, me was curled up tight and put out a KP. Drizzle drippers living that good life. Oh, RV rolling, heart wide open. Miles to go and the day is golden. Hand in hand, we're already smiling. Right along, we're road tripping in style. RV rolling, so feeling lighter. Family loud and the love keeps shining. No need to rush, we're already flying. Right along, we're road tripping in style. Next stop, maybe mountains, maybe desert sky, maybe roadside diners with the cherry pie. Little voices bouncing off the dashboard light. Every wrong turn turning out just right. Rico tells a story, Tanya starts the jam. Grandkids make a chorus out of every chance they can. Clouds in the backseat, tails all in motion. This a rolling home, got a